Way up to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, flying solo today with my producer Dan is my backup singer, my hype man.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm happy to be here. I was actually out last night. I cannot wait to tell y'all about that in About Last Night. But in the meantime, we do have a special guest joining us today from Real Housewives of Potomac. Candiace Dillard Bassett is going to be joining us. And she has a lot of drama going on. There's some big Candiace fans, and then there's some people that have issues with her. But one thing she doesn't do is shy away from those conversations. So we'll be talking to her today. Also, we always got to start the show off with some love and some positivity. And that's what Shine a Light is all about. Shining a light on somebody doing something positive, whether it's in your community, a family member, somebody you saw on the news, whatever it is, spreading some love and positivity. Dan, is your birthday officially over now?
Yes, it is.
And now it's also Capricorn season's over.
I believe so, yeah. Yesterday was the last day, I believe.
Yeah, so Capricorn season's over. So the rest of the year doesn't matter. But anyway, 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Let us know who you want to spread some love to, who you want to shine a light on. It is a Way Up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Monday. And it's time to shine a light, spreading some love and positivity. And today, I want to shine a light on somebody who I actually was with yesterday, Erica Alexander. She is starring in American Fiction right now. And I'm definitely going to see this movie this week. But when I tell you everywhere we went, everybody was coming up to her and talking about how amazing she was in that movie. But what I love about Erica is that she is so regular. Like when we're outside talking to people, she's a good time. But in addition to that, just how honest she is about everything in her life, even her being an actress, she was talking about how she never even embraced the fact that she is an actress until her 40s. Even while she was on Living Single, playing Maxine Shaw, all the things that she's done since then, being in Get Out, a lot of different things that she's done, The Cosby Show. She just now is realizing, what she's meant to do and who she is. And she's going to be on Broadway soon. So shout out to you, Erica Alexander. And then she took the train home. And I love that. Like, a lot of people who live here won't even take the train. So shout out to you, Erica Alexander. Now, who do you guys want to spread some love and shine a light on? 800-292-5150. P, what's up?
What's up, Angela?
What's happening? You want to shine a light?
Shine a light on the girl named Dana. It's her birthday. I just want to tell her happy B-Day.
Now, hold on. We need more details, P.
Nah, you don't need no more details.
What's her name?
Zayna.
And now, who is she to you?
It's my boo.
There you go, okay? You trying to be all elusive. You clearly love this woman. You called in to tell her happy birthday. Where's she from?
Yeah, she's from downtown. She's from New York.
Okay, downtown. Okay. And what's so special about Zayna?
She's just a real one. She keeps her the buck. She tells you when you're wrong. You know, I've seen her do that.
Okay, I like it. This was cute because it felt like, you don't normally do things like this.
Exactly.
All right, P. Well, thank you for calling. She must be a very special woman.
Definitely.
All right, take care. All right, well, that was Shine a Light. And you know what else we're going to do when we come back for YT? We are going to shine a light on Detroit. Okay, a lot happened over the weekend in the D, and we'll give you some of those details. Some of it has to do with music and, of course, sports as well. All right, and you can always leave a message for last word.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
Say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to him.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, flying solo today with your Yee tea. And let's start it off in Detroit. It was a big weekend in Detroit. 4-2 Doug had his hometown show, and he brought out a lot of special guests and also squashed beef with some of his rap peers. So some of the people that he had come out, Yo Gotti, Meek Mill, Little Baby, Little Durk, Jeezy, Glorilla, Gilly the Kid, and Wallow, and more. He also had Doughboys, Cash Out, and Team Eastside come on stage and stand in unity. There was this long-standing beef between the two different groups, and so that's a huge deal. So we love to see things like that. And a lot of times people think, a hip-hop concert, so many different artists, something's going to happen, but fortunately, nothing went wrong, nothing went down. And that's a big deal. That's 42 Doug's first public appearance. That was Yo Gotti's first public appearance at 42 Doug's show since his brother, Big Jook, was murdered too, by the way. I saw people were saying he had on a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, under his shirt.
But we don't know that to be a fact, but people were speculating. But that has to be hard for Yo Gotti, too, to be able to work after something like that. That's Dan, our producer, agreeing. All right. And also in Detroit, the Lions. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be their first time advancing to the NFC Championship game since 1991. So congratulations to them. For everybody who put money on the Detroit Lions, they are going on to play against San Francisco on Sunday, and that is going to perhaps lead to the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts? Would you bet on the Lions?
No, not against the Niners.
That's a tough one.
Niners are like the best.
But anything can happen.
Absolutely, and the Lions are playing incredibly. Jameer Gibbs played out of his mind yesterday.
Yeah, so imagine that. So we're excited for that. And then also the Baltimore Ravens, they actually are the first NFL team to have an all-black quarterback room. There was talk about that last year, and that's a huge deal. So shout out to them also. All right, Chris Brown, Quavo, Gunna, and IDK, they were all in Paris for Fashion Week. That is a time to be outside. Pharrell, of course, was there too. And there, I guess, was some seating where Chris Brown was sitting right next to Quavo. And he posted on social media, "Can't pick who you sit by. F all that growth-ish." He said, "And we're not finna fumble my bag for little N-words." So I guess the beef that they had previously has still not been squashed. This has been going on since 2021. Mm-hmm. And so I guess with Chris Brown, he squashed beef before, though.
Over Carucci, allegedly?
Yeah, that's what this was over. But he has had beef that he squashed previously. But Chris Brown said on his stories, they knew who not to ask for on that 2-on-2 basketball. I would have cooked Quavo and Jack on my soul. Guess they wanted a smoke-free zone. This was in 2021. And Quavo said, "Chris Brown ain't cooking and call next N-word." And then there was, all kinds of things. But it's all about peace right now. And speaking of people piecing things up, oh my goodness. Everybody is talking about Nelly and Ashanti still. And Fat Joe is saying that he deserves some credit for the two of them actually getting back together. They had the verses. They saw each other for the first time. Nelly made a beeline, it looked like, for Ashanti. Here's what Fat Joe had to say on his live.
So the other day, Ashanti FaceTimed me with Nelly. And I immediately told him I need 10% of this kid. Because if it wasn't for verses that I brought Nelly out, me against Ja Rule, that's when they saw each other and that energy connected again. That's when he said, "I gotta have her."
All right. Fat Joe also said there's no baby on the way, but they are living happily ever after. I don't know what's true and what's not, but there you have it. All right, well, that's your Yeetie, and when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night, and I'm gonna tell you, I had a good time last night. If you look at my stories, you can see where I was, but I'm gonna talk about it when we come back. It's Way Up.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for About Last Night. Now, my producer, Dan, is here with me today.
Good morning.
And last night, I went to go see The Lion King on Broadway again. This is my second time going to see it. But this was a really special time also because Coach Jessie, who you guys know from up here, she has the fast and the detox now. She actually, her daughter, Nia, is starring in the play. Authentic Nia is her Instagram page as young Nala.
That's awesome. How'd she do?
Amazing. She did great, and like everybody in the cast. Have you ever seen The Lion King on Broadway?
Not. Yes, actually, years ago.
It's been actually 26 years. Since that started. But not only did we go see the play, and I just want to encourage anybody who's ever in New York, when you're here, go to Broadway, because there's nothing like it. Just the experience of being in the audience. Erica Alexander was with us also, and Steffi Bloom. And Steffi Bloom is also Nia's voice coach, but she coaches a lot of huge stars as well. And so just being there with them, Erica, this was her first time seeing The Lion King. And I will say this, while we were there yesterday, we had a tour backstage, which I've never done before on Broadway. So we got a chance to walk through, see all of the costumes, and see the whole stage set and everything, like up close and personal, but you couldn't touch anything, which you shouldn't. But we had an opportunity to do that. And when I tell you, Erica is like, you know what? She's done off Broadway. We all know her from acting in in movies and in sitcoms, but she hasn't done Broadway, and now that is like she's proclaiming it.
That was battery in her back?
It definitely was, and
That's
she
cool.
is perfect for Broadway, so I can't wait to see what she ends up in because I feel like it's for sure gonna happen. But shout out to Albert, who played a young Simba also. The two of them gave us a tour. Young Simba and young Nala
That's cool.
gave us a tour backstage. I'm gonna post some video from it so you guys can see. They asked you not to post the costumes to not ruin it for people who haven't seen it yet, but we were able to post some other things. So I just want to thank them for an amazing time going out to Broadway, seeing The Lion King, people crying in the audience, people laughing, people dancing. It is really a vibe. One day I'm gonna watch the movie.
I was just going to ask.
I still have not seen the movie, and when I told Nia I haven't seen it, she was like, "What is wrong with you?"
The original one.
Just like,
That's a
yeah,
crime.
the original one. Everybody says that is an issue. And I
It
told her,
is.
I said, listen, little girl, I'm grown, okay? And that movie came out and I was grown.
Never too old to see it.
But you're right. I'm going to watch it one day. It'd be on the plane, too. I'm always like, should I do it today? Then I end up watching a horror movie. But in the meantime, when we come back, that was about last night. When we come back, we have Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150. A lot of people call up and then get cold feet. And so Mano's not here today. So no reason to get cold feet. No one's here to judge you. No one's here to be like, what's wrong with you? No one's here to force you to be a legend. 800-292-5150. Call us up and tell us a secret. It's way up.
Way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and this is a segment that y'all love to hate, okay? 800-292-5150. Tell us a secret. It's no judgment today at all, and you get to remain anonymous. 800-292-5150. Hello, anonymous caller. What's your secret?
So when I was about 18 years old, this individual recorded me against my consent. I didn't even know what was happening. And he posted it. And it got around 30 million views, and I found out about 2 years ago.
Wow, that's a crime.
Yeah, it is, and I don't know what to do about it. And now he's rich.
Man, so have you gotten it taken down?
It's a secret for a reason. I don't even want it to be up. I don't know how to take it down, though.
Oh, if I was you, I would hire a lawyer.
I hire a lawyer, and then more people find out for real that know me.
Have you ever run into anybody that you know who's seen it?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay, nobody has said anything to you, but you feel like maybe people are talking about it.
I feel like maybe it could be a thing that people know about.
Well, listen, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You did nothing wrong.
She's wiser. That's what they say.
All right, well, I wish you luck with that, but thank you for sharing that secret with us.
For sure, for sure. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm fine.
You want to tell us a secret?
Yeah, I already called you, Angela. This is the lady that was dating the two deacons in church.
Oof.
And I was married to one of them.
Yep.
I finally crossed the line with the other deacon. He's catching feelings. And now I'm feeling some type of way because I'm feeling awkward in church. Like he's on the opposite side watching me and looking at me and stuff, and I don't know what to do.
So you crossed the line, but you only crossed the line one time, and now you don't want to do it anymore, or you're enjoying the secrecy of it and being in church with him looking at you?
No, he's making me feel some type of way because it was just supposed to be like a sneaky link because I wasn't getting that attention from my husband, but it's like he wanted to go further and I don't.
You think your husband's going to find out?
Not if I can help it.
You better pray on it.
You can help me pray, please.
Oh my goodness! You ever think about confessing?
just
You ever
like
think
that.
about confessing to your husband?
Oh no,
Maybe you should switch churches.
we need to. He needs to.
All right. Well, listen, things get a little messy, so let us know how this plays out. Call me back.
I sure will.
It's like
Bye-bye.
a soap opera. Thank you. All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, we still definitely want to hear from you. You can leave a message for last word. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And let's talk about Tasha K. Cardi B and Kevin Hart are having some issues with her finances and what they want her to do. We'll talk about it on Yeetie when we come back. It's Way Up.
Oh, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
What up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Monday, everybody. And it's time for some Yee tea. Now, let's talk about legal issues. Cardi B is saying that Tasha K has a secret offshore account and has filed for bankruptcy, but they want to make sure that she discloses everything that she has. Is actually illegal if she did not disclose these offshore accounts that allegedly Cardi B feels like she might have. So in case that does happen, and if they are able to prove that she did not disclose the full extent of her assets, she could face additional fines and a federal prison sentence of up to 5 years. That's according to Hip Hop DX. Now, in other Tasha K news, Kevin Hart is asking a court to grant him a temporary restraining order. He wants Tasha K to take down the video of her interview with his ex-assistant, Maisha Shakes, where she alleges, he's alleging it was full of defamatory claims. He said that he and his reputation and career were on the line due to that interview. So, Kevin Hart is also saying that before Tasha K posted the video on her YouTube channel, somebody from her team reached out to his team and offered to not post it in exchange for $250,000, and he refused to pay that fee, and instead he then called the police. So we'll see how both of these situations play out. All right, in some cute news, Common and Jennifer Hudson have made their romance that we all know about because we done seen them sitting courtside, holding hands, out and about together. They both from Chicago. They've made their romance official on her talk show. What better place to do it? He came as a guest. He had flowers, and here's what happened.
Are you dating anyone?
Yes. I'm in a relationship that is one of the most beautiful people I ever met. But I set my standard kind of high because she had to have an EGOT. She had to get her own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what about you, though? How is your love life?
I'm dating as well, and I am very happy. Are you happy in your relationship?
Yes, this relationship is a happy place.
Ooh, all right. Well, that's cute or whatever. And I'm not going to lie, though. You know what my first thought was? And my producer, Dan, is standing here looking like he wants to cry. It's so sweet. I was like, all right, Cardi B and Ruby Rose, they are on OnlyFans, but as we all know, OnlyFans content is not always explicit. And one person that does not like the fact that he's subscribing is Fredo Bang. He's calling them out for having content that he did not sign up for. Here's what he had to say about it.
I subscribe to Cardi, I subscribe to Ruby Roses, I subscribe to Enchanting, I subscribe to Erica B. Banks, Alexa Sky, the Double Dose Twins. I just subscribe to all these mother.
I think you might have a problem.
I didn't have a problem. All of us got problems.
All right, that was on with Bootleg Kev. When I talked to him, too, he also was telling us how he supports people by subscribing to their OnlyFans.
Yeah, that was on Lip Service.
Yeah, that was on Lip Service. Yeah. And so, yeah, he, I don't know what he thinks he's going to see, but that's why I always tell people, just start the page. You ain't even got to post nothing. Get that cash. All right, Fredo Bang also said while he was sitting down with Vlad TV that Rod Wave has ignored him recently. Here's why.
Rod Wave, you had gone on Instagram saying that he stopped texting you because he became best friends with NBA Youngboy.
But no, I got mad love for Rod Wave. My only problem with him, like we were cool, you feel me? Like we done been on the phone 3-4 hours just talking about life and yeah.
But now he doesn't hit you back anymore.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna expose the nature of our conversation or what we talked about, but there's some things that we didn't talked about that he didn't went against, and he just got weird on me. But I mean, I understand.
All right, spilling it all. And that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They may be flying under the radar. And if you're an only child or you have one child, this may impact you when you hear this story. And Under the Radar, it's way up.
Listen to news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Under the Radar, the stories that are maybe not in the headlines, but you need to know about. Now let's talk about being an only child, okay? So only children are not necessarily more narcissistic. It all depends on the parenting style and social interactions. But only children also have the potential for success, but have some unique challenges, like teamwork. They're not used to working with a team. And I've noticed that about only children. They also don't like to share as much because they're probably not used to it. And coping with being raised as the center of the world. That can also have long-term consequences. If they're given whatever they want, then with those children, they see a lot of failure to thrive. So they have a hard time functioning on a team as well. I mean, it all makes sense when you think about it. Now let's talk about Wallet Hub and the study that they did as far as the best places to retire and the worst places to retire. Number one, best place to retire, Florida. And this is all for financial reasons. Number two is Colorado. 3 is Virginia. 4 is Delaware. 5 is Wyoming. 6 is Idaho. 7 is New Hampshire. 8 Minnesota. 9 Montana. And number 10 on the list is Pennsylvania. As far as the worst places to retire, number 1 on the list is Kentucky, which I did not anticipate. Right? Dan, my producer, is shaking his head like...
Yeah, I was surprised with that.
Number 2 is New Jersey. Property taxes. I was just talking this morning about how high property taxes are in New Jersey. Yep. Number 3 is Mississippi, worst place to retire. Number 4 is Rhode Island. Number 5 is Oklahoma, followed by Louisiana. New York is number 7 on the list, followed by Washington, Arkansas, and then Illinois. So when it comes to your money, according to Wallet Hub, those are the best and worst places to retire. When you think about your retirement savings and tax rates and things like that. Also healthcare, the healthcare system and activities, those are all taken into consideration. All right. And as we're getting ready for elections and these conversations are happening, there is a fake Joe Biden robocall that is telling New Hampshire Democrats not to vote on Tuesday. All right. According to reports, the voice is familiar. It's an imitation of Joe Biden. It's a digital manipulation of his voice. And the message is saying it's important that you save your vote for the November election. Voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans in their quest to elect Donald Trump again. Your vote makes a difference in November, not this Tuesday. If you get a robocall that is telling you not to vote ever, I would never pay attention to something like that. Why would anybody tell you to sit down and that your vote doesn't matter? That's what we call voter suppression, when people believe that their vote doesn't matter. It's so important for us to make sure that our voices are heard and that we're educated. So that's happening in New Hampshire. You can only imagine other places are going to follow suit. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. You know, we got the Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. Plus, she is trending right now on social media. Candiace from Real Housewives of Potomac is going to be joining us, and we had a good time telling it all. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Let's go.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T.
Way up.
Hello, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and let's get into some Yee Tea. All right, Meek Mill. They were roasting him online for something he wrote on Twitter, but we want to clarify what it was that he actually meant. He said, do a lot of people play my music in South Africa? I remember having a big show there a few years back. How do you listen to our music in South Africa? On what platform? Or in Nigeria? And then people felt like he thought maybe they didn't have music platforms there. So they were responding, we send birds to America to memorize songs and have them sing it to us when we gather at the village square. But a lot of people made sarcastic remarks, but then Meek Mill responded and said, I was asking how they listen to music in Africa because I want to handle my business. None of my contracts say they have rights to distribute me in Africa. Basically looking for the money trail. I don't know what platforms used in South Africa, LOL. So he was asking a specific question, and I guess it didn't translate well on social media. All right. Now let's talk about Kendrick Lamar. He has joined forces with Chanel. And on Saturday, Chanel released a mini movie starring Margaret Qualley, and it's also soundtracked by Kendrick and Dave Free. And here's what that sounds like.
I'm up and down, I'm on enthused, happy then I'm paralyzed by other moods, temporary pleasures running out of fuel, to see there's an exit is impossible.
All right. My producer Dan is over here grooving to it. Naomi Campbell's in it as well. It's written and directed by Dave Free. Shout out to Dave Free, and scored by Kendrick Lamar, serviced by PG Lang. What'd you think, Dan?
I want to hear the verse before I make any real comments on it.
Okay. So from what you heard, you have nothing that you want to comment on.
That's his sound.
Okay. All right. Now, Kenya Barrios was talking to Variety Studio, presented by Audible at the Sundance Film Festival, and he gave some updates. He has 3 high-profile new projects that are happening. So, back in 2020, he announced that he's directing a biopic on Richard Pryor, one of the most influential comedians of all time. That is actually going to be a television series, right? So he announced it's a 10-part limited biographical series that takes a look from cradle to grave. He also talked about 2 classic films that he's updating, The Wizard of Oz and It's a Wonderful Life. Here's what he had to say.
Wizard of Oz for me, it happens. I'm from Inglewood. It happens from a girl who lives in the Bottoms, which is Darby Park, which is a part of Inglewood. The original Wizard of Oz took place during the Great Depression. It was about self-reliance and what people are going through. I think this is a perfect time to sort of like switch with the characters and talk about what someone imagines their life could be. It's ultimately a hero's journey. Someone thinks something is better than where they're at, and they go and realize that where they're at is where they should be.
All right. And he said he wants people to be proud and happy of where they're from. Now, let's talk about these iHeartRadio Music Awards nominations. 21 Savage and SZA are at the top of the list of nominees with 8 each. So congratulations to them, respectively. So, some of the big ones, let's see what you guys think about this. There's a lot of nominees.
Yeah, there is.
In some of these categories, if you guys have a chance to take a look. But Hip Hop Artist of the Year. All right. In the room, who would you give it to? 21 Savage, Drake, Future, Gunna, or Lil Durk? No women? Who would you give it to?
My bias says Future, but I feel like 21 deserves it.
21 had a great year.
What about you? What do you think?
I would say Gunna had a great comeback year, but I don't know if I would give him Hip Hop Artist of the Year because he did overcome a lot of odds of what people had to say. I feel like Drake might win this too. A lot of people are Drake biased also. So
this is true.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is a number. Any question that you might have, we are here. Well, I'm here today, just me, to help you out. But in the meantime, this will help you out too with your vibes on a Monday. Here's Thames with Free Mind. It's way up.
It's relationship or career advice. Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee on a Monday, and it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number, and of course we also take voicemails in case you couldn't get through while the phone lines are open. You can still leave a voicemail, or you can go on the iHeartRadio app and click the little microphone in the corner, and you can also leave a message that way, and we will still get it. So today we have a question from an anonymous caller on our voicemail.
I had a 3-year affair. I ended up getting pregnant. I had a baby. He ended up leaving the wife for a brief amount of time. He moved in with me. Then he got back with the wife. It completely cut me and the baby off. So I put him on child support. So now he says that he's completely not in the picture, and child support is my only support. And he doesn't even pay it. So what should I do?
All right. Well, one thing I don't know from this message, I'm not an attorney, but I also don't know what state she's in. So I don't know what the laws are regarding child support when somebody's not paying in her particular state. Sometimes they make you pay more until the arrears are paid off. But I would say a couple of things here. It's very unfortunate that he is not trying to take care of his kid, regardless of what happened between you and him. This is still his responsibility, and at some point in his life, he's going to regret it. So I'm very sorry that he doesn't understand that he has to be able to separate what your relationship is with him between his relationship with his kid. And we also don't know if the woman he's with has an issue with him seeing his child because she doesn't want him to see you. So a couple of things I want to take into consideration. As a mom, are you doing what you need to do to make it convenient for him to be able to see his kid? But you did say that he's upset about paying child support and now he's threatening to not see his child. My thing is, people act like child support is the worst thing in the world at all times. A woman is a devil for putting you on child support. But if that's the only way that I can get support for our child, then yes, that is what has to happen. You got yourself in that situation by not handling your responsibilities. Sometimes the best way to mediate is to have the courts be involved. With that being said, it's damn near impossible to force somebody to see their child. The only thing that I can encourage you to do is if you have a relationship with his parents, you know, your child's grandparents or anybody else, to try to make sure the child is somewhat involved and knows that side of the family, because at the end of the day, you don't want your child to grow up and feel like that side doesn't care about them, that side didn't want them just because the father is a POS. And so I just recommend that whatever you can do, if you're sending pictures, you're sending updates, you're communicating, even if it's on social media, Facebook or whatever, so that that child can know her cousins, can know whoever else is in the family, so later on they don't feel that gap. And hopefully things will get better after time. You know, maybe you can even suggest some type of co-parenting mediation so that it's best for the child. But the main thing is, forget the fact that he's not with you. He left. He did whatever he did. It's about your child and not wanting your child to grow up feeling some type of sense of something's missing or they weren't wanted or abandonment, if that's possible. And if it's not possible and he doesn't want to participate in any way, all you can do is be the best mom that you can be and make sure that you don't badmouth the dad. Make sure that you don't make your child feel less, and make sure you're not always blaming him for things so that your child ends up feeling resentful. That is nothing that a child should have to have the burden of bearing. And that's the advice that I would give you. But we are going to be talking about child support this week, and we do have some experts coming, so maybe you should tune in for that. And that is your Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you can always leave a message and we'll answer your call just like we did today. When we come back, we have Candiace Dillard Bassett joining us from Real Housewives of Potomac. And you know this is about to be a spicy conversation. It's way up.
Turn it up! You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Candiace is here.
Hello. Good morning, ting. It's afternoon.
Yeah,
yes.
afternoon
Good day
for us. Yeah,
yes.
Good day. Candiace Dillard Bassett is here from Real Housewives of Potomac. I didn't even need to say your full name. We just know you as Candiace.
Well, I like just Candiace.
Okay.
Yes, that's my brand is moving toward just Candiace.
Just Candiace.
Yes.
All right. Well, first of all, you got a lot going on.
Yes.
Well, let's start off with your husband, Chris. You guys went through a lot, I feel like, on the show as far as people looking at your relationship, thinking that he was cheating on you and that he had gotten a whole nother woman
pregnant.
And so,
what?
yes.
Yeah.
And then come to find out the whole thing somebody made up.
Oh my God, today.
Right. A story. And people really did not believe you or believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a time that you didn't believe him? Because this woman said these things. And I think as a woman, even though we, you know, some stranger saying something, but as a woman, sometimes you're like, could that be potentially?
Yeah. No, I could see that. I could see how someone who's not in my situation could look at it and think, I wonder if she ever considered if this was true. It was just so preposterous because I know my husband. I have to beg him to take me to dinner. He'll make me dinner at home, or he wants to like stay around the house. He's a homebody. So you mean to tell me this man got on a flight and flew to wherever this lady was to repeatedly have sexy time with her and get her pregnant? I can't get him on a flight. He didn't have a passport until I met him.
Wow.
There were just so many preposterous bullet points that it just made it untrue.
Did you ever think about suing for defamation or even just to make a point? Because I don't know if she would have anything.
Exactly. I mean, yes, for a second we did, but we're not litigious people at all. Like, I don't like the law. I don't like the police.
I don't want to have to go to
get
court
involved. Right.
Unless it's somebody forcing me to go.
Exactly. So that's just not our thing. And there have been many opportunities where we could have entertained suing lots of different people for defamation. And it's just, for what? It's like, it's disturbing our peace.
Right now, we're talking to Candiace Dillard Bassett from Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, so maybe the most hurtful thing was how the other women on the show reacted.
For sure. Shout out to the Two Broke Girls podcast. Love y'all to death. Yeah, they took the opportunity to make it a moment for content for their show.
And you and Robin had a pretty good relationship.
Yeah.
Up until then. It feels like Robin's very defensive.
Incredibly.
With the situation with her husband, she doesn't really want to talk about it and address it. Now that that's her husband again. One.
Yes.
But it feels like she has a lot of things that maybe she's not dealing with. And then it's hard for her to hear about it from other people.
Yes, I do think that we don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't looking for Robin to tell us all her business. I only took issue when she decided to wait and hold this information
For Patreon.
When you're
Behind the
paid
paywall.
on this show to talk about your life on this show, and you watched your friend drag my husband through the mud for a lie, and you had a real situation going on.
Right.
That was my issue. And I tweeted about it.
And that's the thing that keeps on getting brought up.
Yes.
And actually on this last
Strangely.
episode, you and Robin sat down.
We did.
And talked about your tweets.
Yes.
And how she had an issue with you going to Twitter.
Right.
To discuss what's happening.
Yes.
And so let's talk about that and what your thoughts are in response to what she felt you shouldn't have done that. That's something you could have, brought onto the show and said those things to her instead of taking it to Twitter.
I stand by what I said. And I just feel like she's using it as a way to, I think, distract from the issue, which is that you betrayed your cast. You betrayed the people that pay you to talk about your life.
There were people who really felt like she shouldn't be on the show anymore. I remember Andy Cohen being really upset with her.
Yeah, everybody was.
Right.
Yes.
But
you
were still willing to work things out with her.
Yes, because I have always maintained, even in the face of the cast and the audience for years, saying that, Robin should be fired. She's boring. She shouldn't be here. I've always maintained that Robin was valuable to our cast. So I never felt like she should be fired. I still have never advocated for her to be fired.
Is there anybody you feel like should go?
Yes. This is what I will say. I think that if we can't resolve issues when we're the ones that start the issues, then maybe we should have a seat.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Candiace Dillard Bassett is here from Real Housewives of Potomac. We just finished talking about Robin, but when we come back, let's find out what's going on with Candiace and Giselle. It's Way Up.
Vibing Way Up with Angela Yee. Come right back. More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm talking to Candiace from Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, Candiace, what's going on with you and Giselle? Do you see any way forward, like for you guys to ever, if she were to come to you and apologize, would that matter to you?
Yeah, that's all it takes. If she wanted to be a woman and be a grown woman and come to me and finally say what her true issue is and apologize and walk back the heinous and disgusting things she said about my husband, I would entertain a cordial relationship with her.
What do you think her true issue is?
You have to ask her.
You have no idea. Is there any?
I have an idea, but it's not for me to say.
Now, you've also said you feel like they're trying to ice you off the show.
So I didn't see it until Mr. Kingdom Reign Entertainment, Carlos King.
I saw his.
Hey, Carlos. Until he did that very well thought out YouTube live about it. And, I can't say that I disagree with some of the motives. I did say in one episode of Austin, when I was sitting with Karen and Neck Rolls, that it was clear to me then that she was in a space where if she did not acknowledge me, that I would go away. That was a code. That was code for saying she was trying to ice me out. I don't want to accuse anyone else of jumping on that bandwagon, but it does feel like she thinks that she has the power to remove me from the show.
Right.
And just like, I can't call Andy Cohen and tell him to fire Robin. She doesn't have that power. I don't know who gave her the impression that she does, but it's whack that you are so unable to own your poor behavior that you would now result to this pearl clutching and victimization of yourself instead of just saying I'm sorry.
Right now, we're talking to Candiace Dillard Bassett from Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah.
You know what else I love about, and this is why they couldn't ice you out anyway, your singing career. I mean, that has been so special for you.
Yes.
Just to see everything take off the way that it has. First of all, you really could sing.
Thank
and
you.
The fact that you'll sing on the spot. If Nicki Minaj says...
Oh my God, don't remind me. Yes.
Hi. I mean, that which was incredible to see her sitting there and the fact that she's such a fan of the franchise. I feel like y'all got to figure it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like y'all have got to figure it out, the whole cast. But just to be able to see you sing, and then even at your Mother's Day event that you had, your quick dedication to everybody there was beautiful. But also the success that you've had going on tour.
Thank you.
So congratulations. I want to make sure we definitely acknowledge that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been like a dream come true.
Tamar Braxton.
Yeah.
You did some dates.
Hey, Tamar. So I was only supposed to do the DC show, and I ended up doing like 4 or 5 dates.
I know that felt amazing because those were some sold out shows.
She sold out every show. She's like a girl's girl. Like, she really wants to make sure that everyone around her is good, is taken care of. She really likes my set, which is like,
that's so nice. I love that.
Thanks. Yeah, no, she was awesome.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming through. You know, I had to make sure I saw my girl Candiace while you're in New York, and
Very
just
good to
congratulations on everything. I'm gonna be following and watching what happens as the season plays out. Is everything filmed already?
Everything's done.
Except the reunion?
Reunion is coming up soon.
How you feeling?
I'm ready. I'm ready to say, you know, I stay ready to say what I gotta say, honey.
You and Ashley, I think that might have been one of the most classic reunion moments. Talking about your mom helping you with your... and then, yeah, that was a classic moment, I think, forever. That goes down in reunion history.
You know, facts are more interesting than fiction.
When is the reunion being filmed?
Soon. I can't say when.
Okay.
But it's coming up.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Candiace. I really do appreciate you. I'm going to be watching.
Yes. Let me know your thoughts.
I certainly will. I might have to take to Twitter.
Yes. Okay. Come join me. Come be a disaster with me on Twitter.
Come be a disaster with you. I'm going to go retweet some Candiace stuff.
Yes. Yes, please.
All right. It's Way Up. Make sure y'all guys tune in. Real Housewives of Potomac. I've been tuned in since season 1. If you want to watch the full interview, you can go to my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, you guys, of course, have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And again, I want to thank y'all for joining me on a Monday. Monday used to not be my favorite day of the week, but now I love it because I enjoy coming to work. So for you guys, sometimes it's all about an attitude adjustment. Sometimes I would get up and be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I got this, that, and this to do. But now you could look at it and say, today is another day to have an opportunity to make things amazing and handle some business, because nothing feels better than when you check things off that to-do list. In the meantime, thank you so much to Candiace from Real Housewives of Potomac for joining us. That full interview is available on my YouTube channel, so feel free to subscribe and go watch Way Up with Yee. And of course, this show is all about you guys. 800-292-5150 is the number. Anything that you want to say for last word, y'all wrap it up.
I slept with my dad's wife after I was the best man in his wedding. And since then, I have distanced myself from my father because I feel ashamed for having sex with his wife on numerous occasions. I hate him even being with her.
Hey, I'd like to shine a light on Marcus McDonald. He is a peer recovery specialist at UC Addiction Medicine, and he is just an amazing man. He goes out every day to try to help others. Even on the weekend when he's not at work, he goes out to try to help others. And I just want to shine a light on him and tell him, good job, and keep up the good work, Marcus.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.